Good morning. I'm your host, Brianna Bloomer, and welcome to the ETBU Educational Technology Seminar. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Earl Dexter Bloomer II. He has been a leader in education for the past 5 years, and he's here to show us some of his aspects that he uses technology in the classroom, especially with regards to pre-K and kindergarten classrooms. So, how are you doing today, Mr. Bloomer?
I'm doing well. I'm elated to be here in Biloxi at this educational technology seminar. And you're far too kind with those great remarks. Thank
Okay, you're welcome. Beautiful place, huh?
you. Yes.
Okay then,
Yes,
okay
it
then.
is.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. I'm just glad to be here today and discuss some strategies for implementing the iPads in our kindergarten classroom.
Right. Okay. So, how do you feel about technology in the classroom?
Well, Brown, I believe and I feel that technology is a beacon of light
Yes.
that has been shined upon our great classroom education system. Due to the lack of gaps and the inefficiencies in our student achievements, iPads in the classroom, especially kindergarten classroom, are a great way to introduce knowledge and build upon skills. With more students and less teachers, I'm sure teachers would agree this is a great resource that they can use in their classroom to hold their students' interest and to help gain in their student achievements.
Right. Because kids love iPads. Adults love iPads.
Yes.
So kids love them too.
Yes.
Okay. So, what skills do they actually learn on the iPad?
Well, they learn a variety of skills, from handwriting to math skills to ELA skills. All of these skills are used and they build upon each other in order to grow and to take each skill to the next level.
Yeah, like co-teaching.
Yes.
You learn one, kind of the other one follows.
Yes.
Okay, so what specific areas though do you work on with the iPads? What areas do kids really need those reinforcements?
The first area that we need to try to build on are the handwriting skills. Without handwriting skills, a traditional reading and writing skills would be non-existent. This is a great way to introduce those handwriting skills and build upon those skills. Here we have on the iPad some apps that we have that students can use to start their writing skills and their writing abilities. Here we have the app iTrace. iTrace is a free app that you can use, and it's free for your district, so your district won't have to pay due to budget cuts or whatever. And here you can simply go in and it introduces the letters and words and everything. And here we have ABCs and numbers and 1, 2, 3s. And I'm simply gonna do the ABCs. Here we have the letter B. It introduces how to write the letter B and shows us how to write the letter B. We also have the ability to write the letter B. We all have to stay inside the lines, so it teaches how to be neat and write neatly inside the lines. Here, let's say we have a student who's writing sporadic and they go outside the lines. It's not going to let you go anywhere that you want to go. It's created to directly show you how to write the letter B. We also have words and other games. Let's say we have students that are beginning to write their name in kindergarten. That's a basic skill, writing your name. Here we have, let's say you have a student named Fred. Fred is able to see and identify his name. Fred has no prior knowledge of letters, alphabets, and has never written his name. So here he can come here and he's able to learn how to write an F, R, E, D, and at the end of this, I won't let him start writing out here, but he has to write his R correctly, and you have to come all the way down. But Fred is able to write his name, see his name, and at the end, they will say his name, Fred. So he will have the ability to learn upon that.
Three-way learning.
Yes.
Writing, seeing,
it's for multi-sensory learning students.
Okay, so really gets it in.
Yes.
Not to mention they can do this at home, too.
Yes.
Very easily. And they think it's fun.
Yes.
Okay, so what other things? I know mathematics is a big thing for just not even kindergarten, just kids of all levels. Kids hate math.
Yes.
What about math on the iPad?
Well, math, Well, first, Brianna, I want to talk about something else, the ELA.
Okay. Okay.
Well, in the ELA, we learned how to build on prior knowledge and building in those skills where students learn how to read and articulate. Here we have the basic sight words. And here in the state of Louisiana, kindergarten students are required to learn 50 basic sight words in order to pass on to the first grade. So here it is a great app where they can click on the word, see the word, and it says the word back to them in order to gain that and build upon that knowledge.
Start reading.
Yes. We also have other apps where
A is for ambulance.
students can learn their alphabets and build upon those skills. What letter sounds does A make? What words are associated with the letter A? Here we see an ambulance, things that are around us socially, in our environment, in our community, that students need to learn.
Start integrating it up a higher level of thinking, synthesizing it all together.
And we also can associate the letter A with other words, how to create and build on those words.
Okay.
And to increase and further your knowledge, students' knowledge, we also have the math skills. On the math skills, here, we have great free math skills. You know, students love to see engaging, interacting tools. Things that fly out of nowhere, or seeing the horse move across walk across the screen. Here we have Betsy and introducing how to count to 10. Alright, this is a great way. Here we have Betsy in Betsy's form, a great interaction for the students. And we can see how to identify the number 1. It shows us. And on the bottom, it gives us a path in the direction of where numbers should go. So we can't just go to number 3 because it'll show us that we have it wrong. We have to go in order. And this is a great tool for
And it
kids.
shows you at the bottom so they can kind of see for themselves and learn how to use a direct guide to answer the right question.
Yes.
That's
It's
great.
a great tool for you to use in your classrooms, math, ELA, or whichever subject you are, a strategy you're trying to enhance in your students.
So is this a sort of personalized learning as well? Because like all kids, don't have the same issues with their learning. Like, I might not know how to count from 1 to 10, or somebody else just might not know how to count 2, 4, 6. It's different things.
Yes.
So does this help a teacher address each student personally without having to be there all the time?
That is a great question. This does help teachers address the students' needs without the teacher having to be right there, right behind the student, or having the student sit directly in front of them. This is a great tool that teachers can use, and I'm glad you asked that question because I brought some teachers with me today to share their thoughts and opinions on how they implement iPads in their kindergarten classrooms.
Okay, so we have 2 teachers, like Mr. Bloomer said. We have 2 teachers that are here today. We have Mrs. Howell and we have Mrs. Wolf right here with us. Can we give them a round of applause? Okay, so today we just want to talk to you. We thank you for participating in our educational technology seminar.
Thank you for having us.
He would like to know, how do you integrate technology into your classroom? How do you feel about the iPads? Are they useful? Give us a little background how you use them.
Okay, good morning. Well, for me, being an older teacher, I was a little hesitant at first because, with change, we all have our different opinions on change. But I have found the iPads to be a great learning tool to help reinforce what I'm teaching the children, and also to give the children some one-on-one when I can't do that. With budget cuts and a lot of things going on within the district, what I'm finding is I have more students in my classroom than what I have time for. So what I can do is take half of my students, put them on iPads, and allow the iPad to teach them the tools that Mr. Bloomer has explained to you about, while I'm addressing maybe 10 to 15 other children, giving them one-on-one with other skills that are needed, where I feel they need more one-on-one. So it allows me to, in a sense, multitask and get a lot more done than with a traditional classroom setting.
Okay, Mrs. Wolf, what about you? How do you feel?
Well, I like to give my students tests on the iPads, and I don't I've never really enjoyed the traditional paper and pencil method because kids by nature, as studies show, they're naturally, tactile learners, so they like to touch things and be able to interact with them. So like the programs, the free programs that Mr. Bloomer has shown on today's show, they tend to do better with those types of programs. So I prefer to test them on the iPad because it's, with the advances in technology, it's easier for me to be able to go back and kind of analyze these programs to see what areas I need to work on that particular student with, or send what kind of things I need to send home for the parents to work with those students on, just to enhance their skills so they can be ready to go to the next level. And being able to do those things on the iPad is very beneficial for the students because they're able to interact and they're able to engage more when they can actually touch things as opposed to just holding a pencil and just tracing over stuff.
And it's fun.
Yeah, they enjoy
learning
it. They
can be
enjoy
fun
it.
for
It's
everybody.
fun.
That's the main thing. Learning is fun is what we want. Mr. Bloomer, do you have any finishing comments?
Well, just thank you for being on the show today. And to everyone listening, I really feel that iPads in the future will be a great way, a great tool to enhance our students' learning abilities, especially at the kindergarten level and pre-K level, because from there they are able to build upon those skills to create the greater knowledge and with handwriting skills, building upon English language arts skills and math skills. All of our students will be able to achieve higher levels and close those gaps. Moving from traditional classrooms to the flipped classroom, this will be a great tool that we can use to incorporate into our learning environment.
Okay, so I really appreciate Mrs. Howe, Mrs. Bloomer, Mr. Bloomer, Mrs. Wolf. Y'all have been amazing today. I'm Brianna Bloomer signing off. Remember, learning is fun.
It's fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Fun.
Thank you, guys.